Yo, what up? What up? Good morning, GMG. And Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, wow. Last day of July 31st, 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-host in the house, Tyler Mando. Good morning. Mando, whoa! Whoa. Mando's back. Wow. Ethereum did not hit 4K yet. Every time it goes close, it gets smacked back down. They don't want him to retire. Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. I am finally back after a month of travel and a week of taking some downtime. Let me put it that way. I still was looking at stuff. I just wasn't really doing calls, but feels fantastic to be back. I miss CT so much.
Yes, miss CT so much, right? So much. It's CT's been interesting while you're gone. A lot of ups and downs. It feels a lot of ups and downs.
My ETH is basically where I left it. How's everyone else's bags doing? Did when I said we should sell Fartcoin at 1.65?
Can you just leave again?
The good friend, the audience will remember the exact words I said, and we all laughed. We all laughed. Luckily, Rekt just climbing your portfolio out of trouble.
Yeah, honestly, like I'm gonna crash out, and the day I crash out is when Fartcoin is going to $10. I know it. I'm gonna crash out. Like whoever keeps dumping the shit back to $1, I don't know. You forgot the mission. You know, if only Fartcoin holders would take notes from Rekt holders. You know. Study the middle American living in Idaho, or however you say it. You know, study
Idaho.
Idaho. Tyler, you're the fucking guy. What are you?
You're making up some new word. Like this is a term for a cohort of people or something. Idaho. Wow.
Idaho. Yeah, Idaho, or your people, like Indianapolis. Like study those holders. You know what I mean? They know they're gonna buy boats. They're already making plans and maps for their second country houses, but they're not selling yet. You know what I mean? They're buying more drinks. Shit sold out yesterday, 3 minutes. And Fartcoin holders can't even hold the greatest meme, the purest, the most egalitarian token since Bitcoin for to break out above 160. But anyways,
it's a great mix. It's a great mix of a lot of money and a lack of dreams in the Midwest that I think makes Rekt guy just keeps on hitting new all-time highs.
Yeah. Yeah, because the simple people, like
it's a perfect recipe for all-time highs, if I'm honest.
The only thing Bernie wants is like the extension on his house and like maybe a truck. And that truck cost him like $7,000. You know what I mean?
These are landlocked states, you know, that there's not a lot going on.
Like Rekt guy is just built different, and even the guy who's like buying the most, he's like this like turbo rich dude already. Like he doesn't care. You know what I mean? So they have both. Like they have these like hardcore rich like fucking billionaires don't care who believe in OV like crazy, and they have these like middle American lads that just they aspire to buy the next fucking Bronco on cars and bits.
There's just a lot of money in middle America. 7-figure hell, and Rekt guy is just. It's appealing to a generation of 7-figure hell.
Oh my God.
I just quickly got to jump in and remind everyone that I live in Chicagoland, and Chicago's GDP is 3x that of Portugal. So it's just baseline.
Well, you're from Indianapolis.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Tyler. That is exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly. There's the people like Tyler who have like 3 offices in their homes. They don't need to sell. You know, we saw all of Tyler's offices, bro. Like when his internet was down, he like moved offices every 3 days.
Of course.
And then you have the booners like Booney Night. You know, our beloved Bernie. Anyways, let's talk markets. It's been a while with Mando. I'm sure you've had time to catch up. I know you've been low key active behind the scenes. I have been active. You know what's going on. So let's talk markets with you. I mean, we had the biggest FOMC in history yesterday. Also take place. We had Wizard of Soho come on. Actually, it was a great segment. It was awesome to have him on. Shout out to Wizard. That was actually the perfect guest for yesterday. Tyler's top 100. Let's see what he's got for us. There's a few news come out. YEET. Oh, you missed some crazy action, man. Though we had some crazy lamb chop the last 2 days. A lot of fun, mate. This guy ran the tracks on Medium, cashed out $3,000. It was sick. Yeah, it was fun. And yesterday, a 19-year-old who was working at a cafeteria while watching us, we made him $1,000, and that meant a lot to him. So it was fun. A lot of fun. So yeet.com, make an account using FOMO Hour. Follow us on Kick, Degenz Live, and all the information is up there. The code today is it ETH 10 again, like yesterday? Sure, ETH 10 it is the code again today. Now you have it. And then last but not least, this show is powered by, where's my notes app? Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect is the connectivity network shaping the future of on-chain UX. If you're connected to Web3 app, you've seen Wallet Connect. That blue logo, it's everywhere. An icon of trust in crypto is recognizable as Visa at checkout. Want to learn more? Follow Wallet Connect on X and Telegram to stay ahead of what's next. But also Kraken Pro. With Kraken Pro, you get full control over your layout. Drag and drop any module. Customize it all. It's clean. It's smooth. Been built for real traders. If you trade crypto, check out pro.kraken.com. Trade without trade-offs. Man, let's go to you.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land? Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. So yeah, it was a bit. I mean, I've missed a lot, so I don't really know what was spoken about yesterday or where we're at. But obviously a mixed bag of an FOMC. It still feels like broadly Powell is resisting any sort of political pressure and is and on the back of what was said yesterday, obviously rates were most likely going to stay the same, but his indications there's a little bit of a split within the Fed right now about what should be the future path. There's not really a consensus to drop rates. So what we saw on the back of that is actually September rate odds went down. We're about 50-50 now on the chance of rates going down.
Wow.
And at the same time, the dollar's actually hitting multi-month highs. So the dollar's really been snapping back. And that's probably been part of the reason why crypto has been slightly sluggish, at least on Bitcoin. Because the value of the dollar's been coming back a little bit. Rates obviously gone up a little bit on the back of that too. So this hasn't really affected other risk markets. So what you've seen is stocks are continuing to trade very well. You also had some very strong Magnificent Seven earnings come out yesterday and today. Yesterday and the day before. Meta and Microsoft in particular announced strong earnings over the last 24 hours. I think Microsoft has hit $4 trillion market cap.
Damn.
And you have Nvidia hitting 4.5. So these companies are worth more than all of crypto combined at the moment still. So it's kind of wild to see. Gold has been a little bit sluggish on the back of this, and we did see some more trade sort of headlines. Doesn't feel like we're maybe as close to some deals as we thought. Copper took a bit of a beating based on looks like they're going to be including some of the tariffs. Just feels like that's kind of trundling along some of those headlines really more than anything. In terms of crypto, it still feels like majors are outperforming here versus alts.
Big time.
Bitcoin dominance is kind of stuck in that sort of range, 61 to 62%. It hasn't really moved from there much. ETH dominance has also stayed pretty strong though, at 12%. So the only stuff kind of moving lower on this move has really been altcoins. In particular, meme coins, I would say, have kind of retraced a lot of their recent moves, and ETH and Bitcoin dominance together as a pair feels like still the trade here, if I'm honest. And I called it. It's interesting to look at like the others chart, if we bring that up. That was looking really good, kind of maybe just before I took some time off.
Let's see the other chart.
We were about 312 billion in terms of market cap there. And we've gone others, yeah, and we've gone down to 283. So 284 it looks like. So that was one that was looking like, oh my god, this is like hitting multi-month highs there, and then has kind of retrenched. So you can kind of, and that, it doesn't look like the best looking chart, that one. looks like it could.
I don't know. This kind of looks like here, no?
Maybe short term, you know what I mean? Like it kind of looks like it tried to break out again, hit a lower high, and then now looks like it's maybe heading for a lower low there. But that may be part of still a medium term upwards. Yeah. I'm not willing to call death on altcoin season, but you compare that to the ETH chart, which is still kind of hanging out at like 3,800, right? Very close to kind of the 4,000 level, which it peaked at a few days ago. Feels like it's held up very well. So basically that just shows me the data what I just said, that this has really been a retrenchment more in the longer tail of coins, and that's where I think a lot of CT has their like bags in. So it's not been maybe the prettiest across the board. Other coins I'm like looking at and I'm interested in at the moment. Hyperliquid I'm looking at. I think interesting to see everyone called death on it the other day.
Yeah, classic. That was funny.
And I kind of like it here at 43 area again. Feels like it could have a little bit of a leg up in this sort of move. Obviously, Rekt has kept on hitting an all-time high, or close to an all-time high at least, in terms of daily close. So yeah, it's at a decent spot there. Most of the Solana meme coins have kind of given back some of their gains. So like Pengu, Filecoin, Bonk, all a little bit soggy. Pengu's probably the strongest out of those.
Yeah, it is.
But it feels as though that war of Pump Fund versus Bonk has kind of wrestled back a little bit, and Pump Fund's won back a little bit of market share over the last 2 days. And
yeah, Pump had a big day.
It's gone back up to like 3 billion. So it's at a decent, that's one again I'm looking at. I'm not too sure about it long term, but like in terms of like that's what I want to own, but it's looking okay. I've honestly been a little bit surprised at Solana's weakness. I kind of felt like it underperformed for a little bit too long. I kind of felt like it would hold up with like Bitcoin and ETH in this move, and it hasn't really. I've gone back to that 175-ish area, which isn't great, and Sui kind of gave back a lot of its gains as well. So like even all L1s, basically the ones that have done all right, are kind of giving back a decent amount of their gains, which I kind of felt like it would be majors, and maybe keep like Sui, XRP, Solana would all stay strong, but it hasn't really been that. So
do you want a message?
Oh god.
Okay, cancelled.
Oh god.
The overlord.
Yeah, whatever that was. And then
I'm really surprised at the Solana like weakness, like genuinely, because it went to $200 the other day. After we called it on the show before you left, we all talked about this. Like, oh, it's non-consensus. It's going to run. It ran to 200. I'm genuinely surprised at how weak it's been since then. Not too sure what's causing it, but
there's no flows, right? The narrative flows. Yes,
yeah. So yeah, it's true. It doesn't have any of the Ethereum and Bitcoin bid. You know,
my sneaking suspicion is that Solana is like the ETH of last year, in that when it runs, it's a bit of a top signal. So if you notice, it happened on the 23rd, which was when it like ran, and then that was kind of like the mini top for what we just saw in like most things. I think ETH hit like a top after it, but most altcoins hit their high on that day. So like when it runs, it kind of feels like the day where you need to like pay attention and be like, okay, maybe this is the day. I mean, that's how I'm viewing it. I don't know if that's, you guys don't want to, you think it's too overly bearish, but I think it's one of the last things to run. Basically, it feels like it. Like other things running, everyone gets frustrated, and it's like Solana's going to move, and then when it moves, it's like, okay, that is kind of it. What's left to run? So I'm definitely paying attention to when it runs as a moment for like, okay, this might be a time to like not de-risk, but just pay attention to like we could have a bit of a wick down here. Market looks fine to me though. Like Bitcoin holding 118K and just going sideways since the start of this month.
Yeah,
having just broken through all-time high. I reckon it could go down to like 115, 114, maybe even like 112. Like which would be kind of close to like where its previous all-time high was. And then I think it's going to keep sending. That's my gut. Like, there's just too many buys. Too many buys, first of all.
Well, we keep sending that there is a lot of buys, and we've been covering the ETH reserves a lot as well. So it looks like there's it's just not the bid on those two is just nonstop. Michael Saylor also, I mean, I would pay attention tonight. He said something regarding
most important strategy earnings call.
Most important strategy earning call ever today.
Looking back at July, are we officially labeling it as a jubilant July? Like, let's look at the 30-day numbers. Bitcoin's up 10%, got to a new all-time high. ETH is up 55% in July. Even Sol is up 18%. It's a pretty damn good month, right?
But that's yeah.
I mean, we're cooling off a bit. I mean, Sol probably hit the hardest of those. And are we buying abundant August?
Abundant August. Is that what we just said?
He said abundant.
I think that's what that's the general consensus leader right now for our August acronym here.
Okay, I like it. I like it. All the other stuff I've seen is just kind of treasury companies continuing to fall over themselves to buy an increasingly long list of altcoins. I haven't actually been following like the ones that are doing the more like BNB, SUI. If they've had like a positive impact on their stock price. I think it's been notable that SharpLink has gone down, right? It's back down to like 20 because they issued a lot more stock. Remember, we said that they were trading like a very high premium again, and now they're back to like 20, which is kind of like a more reasonable premium, I would say. And I'd be very much aware of that. I think people need to like stop just thinking that this is like these things can trade at like 4x their bags. Like, they will just issue more stock if that happens. So what I'd be doing constantly is paying attention to what the average premium is across ETH treasury plays and other altcoin plays, and then work out like where your bag lies. When we really liked it, it was trading at 20-30% premium, was it? Tyler?
Yeah, 1.2, 1.3, yeah.
And now where is it at?
Well, it's getting back down there. I think what's been hard about this trade, and I didn't quite realize this until I've been getting into the weeds, there's no way to track. I don't think there's a way for the public to track how many shares have been issued on a day-to-day basis. So like every Tuesday, SharpLink is issuing a report providing those numbers. But like on a Friday, it's difficult to know if they've just sold 50 million shares in the past 2 days or if they've sold zero, which makes the math a little trickier on a day-to-day basis. Maybe there is, and I'm just not aware of it as more of a retail.
Yeah. Maybe I'm surprised they don't have to file that same day, but maybe they don't. When's Harold's brother selling all his? Like when did that?
Didn't they have their thing where people
BNMER? That's okay.
It was Bitminer.
Bitminer. Sorry, I thought that's
super fat into BMNR, but it was a 45-day locking period.
Wow, that one's really gone down a lot. I was not paying as much attention to BNMER. Wow.
Well, because it was a 45-day thingy, no?
Yeah, their pipe unlocked a few days ago.
Yeah,
their pipe unlocked and they just destroyed this thing. That's hilarious.
The SBET chart right away?
It happened at SBET too, right at the beginning. So SBET hit 80 and then it went all the way back to 9.
Right? I think it's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're the biggest holders of ETH right now, man, though.
Who are? Which
Bitminer.
one?
Bitminer.
Yeah. It's kind of funny.
This happened to SBET too. I'm just curious if it's like SBET had the same thing, right? And then remember when everyone was here. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm really curious if retail is losing their appetite for this trade, because like we've had the periods of euphoria, but now like anyone who's bought these recently is down. A lot of folks are probably down kind of bad.
Well, ETH is flat.
Like any late buyers are down pretty bad, and like ETH is flat.
ETH is
Right.
flat, yeah.
So I am a bit curious how this is going to continue. I still think there's a lot of faith in Tom Lee and Joe Lubin, so I'm not too worried about those two. But I think for some of the downstream treasury co's, like I've kind of stopped paying attention. Like there was like a week where I was trying to trade all of them on the news announcements, and then a lot of them, like they didn't even really move. Like there's really not even been that good of a trade. You kind of have to have it in advance.
This is great. Who made this?
This is the Strategic ETH Reserves website. Yeah, I forget
dude.
exactly who's behind it.
Come on, man. You went on vacation? You got off?
I
Forgot?
don't know this website.
The
I'm
data
saying-
does lag, so it's not in real time, but
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah.
He's
like
looking
purple.
good here, guys.
Yeah.
So if you're aware. ETH to 4K by the end of the summer.
But yes,
Um,
we were on the show with Jason from Oros 2 days ago.
oh, okay.
We've had to bring in some reinforcements on the market side, so Tyler and I stopped just pumping our bags, right? An hour a day.
Just give me our SPX targets.
You have no idea, dude. Nando,
Oh my god.
Tyler
You must
bought
be
a
so depressed. Like
Tyler-
Filecoin's down. It's like the market is over.
Tyler bought a node monkey.
Yeah, I bought an ordinal. Yeah, I got back.
We
in
had an
so-
ordinal segment. Yeah. I had an
Mando calling for a 200 increase in ETH. I called for a 60% increase in ETH, my friend. I do think it's going to go to 5K though. I do
No,
think
you
it's
gotta
gonna-
believe in something.
Oh wow.
Speaking of ETH, yesterday Joe Lubin rang the NASDAQ bell.
Mm,
If you guys saw that.
I did. I saw Loxley there.
That Lux was there. Where's his ass? He's on this.
Is Loxley a titan of ETH? I didn't know this until
He's
just.
right there. Look at his ass. Why is he hiding in the back with Benny?
Oh my God! It's Benny.
right there.
Is that the
Benny.
bankless guy?
Sam Spratt.
James
That's
Brown
the
was
bankless
there.
guy. Right
Which
next to him. That's Hoffman. Right next to him.
Oh,
To the
God.
left. That's Hoffman.
Yeah, but dude, do you realize Hoffman literally is responsible for 25%?
He should be there at the front. Hoffman should be there at the front. That's
He should've rang
25.
the
He's
bell.
ringing the bell.
That's 25% of the market cap of Ethereum right there.
By the way,
What?
did Joe Lubin say thank you to Hoffman?
You got to get a Please meme going with David Hoffman.
Is Tabs in that picture? I know Tabs was there.
Once.
Let me tell you guys if Tabs is in the picture. I don't see him. I see a lot of familiar faces and friends though. Mike Kriak is in there. Obviously, CEO Consensus Smash, but he's probably somewhere in the middle. Obviously, Joe's here. It's pretty cool. I was meant to go, but honestly, flying from there and back couldn't be bothered. There's Mike. There's Mike. There's the
Oh, there's
bank.
Tabs. There's Tabs.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
This is Tabs.
yeah.
Tabs is
No,
right there.
Tabs is somewhere in that photo, but I won't dox him. I won't dox
Yeah,
him.
let's not dox him. He's on there though. He's in there.
Yeah.
And then let's see the other photos. It's not bad. There you go. I saw Lox's photo also up there. It was pretty funny to watch actually. This guy's just like chilling on
It's
the
very cool.
yeah. He didn't post it, dude. You fucking suck at social media, Lox. We gotta get you. Oh, he did post. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
He didn't post. He retweeted Benny. Gotta get Lox in there, bro. So there's
Love
Lox.
how Benny's face was just squared out.
Squared out the window here. Sam Spratt is like perfectly placed. He's like right there.
Oh, yeah.
He knew. Matt Hall, co-founder of CryptoPunks, the homie Jay-Z.
Wow.
There you go. So love to see that. You know, it's we're cooking. Speaking of cooking, we launched our Linea markets today.
Yeah, nice.
MYRIAD markets live now on Linea officially because it was first a beta, part of our protocol. So we launched Abstract, of course, still on there strongly, trust me. And now we have the markets on Linea. So if you go to myriad.markets/Linea, you have oh wow, we opened a lot of markets. Damn,
Oh, wow, let's go through some of these real quick.
dude, there's a lot.
Rekt 550. Okay, it's already at 43%.
550 by August 8th.
Wow, that's I mean, okay. So what kind of move is that? Is that a 20% move?
I think so, right?
I mean, it goes up 20% per day. So I like the S side.
I gotta connect to my account and play some predict. I made some good cheese the other day on Rekt markets because nobody took it. The over 450 or by end of week or something, and I took it and I bet it. And I got 40%. So that was cool. You can now predict directly in USDC. By the way, I'm connected to the wrong account.
3 minutes? 3 minutes? That was
What do you mean?
wild.
For what,
For the Binance sellout.
dude? That was crazy. And then I don't know if you guys saw, Binance decided to come up with their own liquor drink, lemonade. That was just like comedy. But I love that sellout. That was good. Yeah, we have some good stuff. SBET, Punks, Vitalik stuff. There's a bunch of cool markets. So go on there and you can predict directly. It's just on MetaMask. USDC on MetaMask on Linea, and you're done. And then Binance US, 3 minutes. There you go. Sold out in 3 minutes. That was wild, boys. Is that a record?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought I had more time. I was tweeting about that. I was live. And
That's wild.
Tyler was tweeting and then it was gone. But this morning, what did we run to this morning? It was
basically all back to all-time high. When I woke up, when the Euros were still running wild before the US folks woke up, it was back right around all-time highs. But we're painting the cup and handle at this new all-time high level. So watch out. We know what happened the last time. Rekt painting that cup and handle.
Dude, we love a little cup and handle.
Yo, Midwest. Midwest. Let's take this thing to all-time highs. All right.
Yo, Midwest. What up? What up? It's your boy.
Put down the pickup truck. Pick up Uniswap. Let's take this to all-time highs.
Let's go, Midwesterns. Nerds. We got this. Anyways, that's a good wrap up for the market. I know we covered a bit of the topic. Let's go to Tyler real quick and see what you got for us.
For daily NFT and crypto analysis. Tyler D on FOMO hour cause the kid can't miss.
Ready to patch some barriers. Yeah, crypto majors mostly even now on the day after some volatile price action following FOMC and then some strong Wall Street earnings helped a fast recovery last night. We had two announcements out of JP Morgan yesterday. One we covered on the show, new partnership with Coinbase to make funding purchases easier using credit cards and credit card points. And then in the evening, it came out that JP Morgan is also reportedly eyeing Bitcoin and ETH-backed loans. And they're currently looking at how the mechanics of how they would accept those assets as collateral and might roll it out as soon as next year. So that was big. We have the Roman Storm Tornado Cash trial in jury deliberation after 3 weeks of trial, so that we could have the verdict anytime now. And then breaking news before the show, Nate Chastain appeal went through. So Nate is going to be freed, it looks like.
Wow.
In a surprising headline this morning. We had Invesco and Galaxy file for a sole ETF for the CBOE. The CBOE also filed a proposal to streamline the approval of crypto ETFs, perhaps clearing the way for a lot more launches coming Q4 and then 2026. Corporate treasuries was a lighter day. Fundamental Global, $200 million ETH treasury. CEA Industries, $500 million BNB treasury. So a lot of action in BNB treasuries this week. Hyperliquid announced it's going to process refunds for anyone impacted by its downtime. Also this morning, Circle announced they are going to enable USDC deposits straight to Hyper EVM. So big endorsement there. Rekt Drinks, as we just mentioned, 3 minute sellout, new record. Memeland officially launched its new launchpad, Moonit. Has some interesting characteristics. I think we might try to get stats or even 9gag on the show soon to go deeper into that. And then MYRIAD officially launched its money markets on Linea, also coming on for new record month for volume for MYRIAD as well in July. So you love to see that.
Oh, yes.
Memes were green this morning. I think giving back some of the gains. Pump was the top mover on the day, up 28% earlier this morning. Launch Coins also up 20%. They've been sending some of these other older memes. Troll was up 40%. Chill House was up 100% after this Little Chillers NFT mint. I think it's been retracing, and then Rekt closing in on all-time highs. It was a big day for NFTs. 2 new mints, no bad trippers from Killer Acid, 3x from mint price, and then the Little Chillers. It's all about $2 million in volume on Solana. Ran to a 7 sol floor, back to 3.5 or so this morning. And then the other side from Yuga, they announced their new game Bathroom Blitz is live for the next 2 weeks. So some action in the NFT streets.
Action. Yeah, dude. I just checked. Surf Query is a little different than ours, but we're closing on 2.2 mil. He's got us at 2.5. I got to check the source of truth, but wow, we had a good month. Jesus.
Nice.
Wow. Damn. Previous all-time high was 1.5, boys. We're pumping. Yeet hit 300 mil too. We're not doing Yeet volume, but we're doing a lot of volume. So it's good to see. Love to see that. So, Chat's winning. The chat is winning. Tyler, where do you want to go first? So we already covered Myriad Linea stuff. We went in depth into the Ethereum stuff, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe we could talk about Nate Chastain. He's free.
Yeah,
For the show.
he's free. I don't know that we have a whole lot of info beyond that. Let me see.
don't think
Federal
so.
Appeals Court overturned the wire fraud and money laundering conviction. Nate was a product manager at OpenSea. The Court of Appeals agreed that his conviction was tainted by jury instructions. They could have let jurors convict him of fraud for acting unethically, even though he did not invade a property interest belonging to OpenSea. So interesting. So they're basically saying perhaps the jury was swayed,
That's
probably
interesting.
because of just like anti-NFT and anti-crypto rhetoric in making this ruling. This is a tricky one for me because, like, as I remember it, like it was fairly cut and dried. I mean, he did participate in insider trading, so I think it's just a question of like
I'm very
what should be
curious
the
about this one.
punishment for that. Like, he did it.
Interesting.
But yeah, it looks like they appealed it. What I'm wondering about, I don't have a great feeling on this Roman Storm case. Some of the folks who were tracking it closely, they made it seem like the jury just had very little understanding of the technical details of this case and like how Tornado Cash works. And regardless of your personal thoughts, I feel like there's a real chance that this jury just does not understand the situation and perhaps is also going to come to the wrong conclusion. I mean, maybe we'll find out today.
Just so I know, like, I'm maybe less like pro crypto on this. The guy created a money laundering platform and knew it was a money laundering platform. Where do you think the liability should lie for something like that? Is it just on the money launderers themselves, or do you think there is some responsibility for the person who created it?
Well, if pedophiles are using Facebook to send each other's photos,
No. Okay. That's very different. Okay. Because I think Facebook's stated aim is not that, right? It's not to obfuscate funds, right? It's just, it can be the aim of this platform is that. So it is to make sure that people can't track where the funds have come from.
Mm-hmm.
all he did was like write a smart contract, right?
I just don't know if you can say that. I'm not, and this is kind of separate. Like, do I think that's like an egregious crime or not? But like, if the US deems that to be a crime, I do think that they have a chance to convict this person. I don't think this is like, oh my God, like this guy did absolutely nothing wrong. Like the developer of Tornado Cash knew what they were doing. And if he was in the US and it broke US laws, then I think the US can convict that person. I don't think this is a clear case as like, I think you could have had a slightly better angle with Silk Road, because Silk Road, you just create a marketplace, and you could argue that anything could have been put on that marketplace. And unfortunately, it was done via like certain goods were put on there, and like that maybe wasn't the aim or this sort of stuff. But the aim of this is to obfuscate the origins of funds. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tricky. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I'm kind of leaning on your side of it as well. I've always been fairly anti Tornado Cash, just because it seems like the primary use case is money laundering. Though I do understand the privacy side of it. Folks who make a lot of money via their protocols, they want to be able to try to maintain privacy to take away attack vectors. I guess I do understand that use case as well.
I just think on the balance probabilities, there's a good chance he gets convicted here.
I don't think so, because
think-
it's not like the jury understands crypto as much, and they can probably overturn it in that sense. Like, yo, you guys know what you're talking about, and they'll get over. You know what I mean?
Maybe it gets overturned that way. I just feel like if the US is going to embrace crypto, this is something they're not going to embrace.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I get that. The privacy part is really important, right? Though, because in common law, it's about the precedent that you set in a court of justice, right? So this decision will set a precedent in all the decisions that judges will make in America for a long period of time, right? So if you
But I
think about
think
it that
in
way,
the banking industry, there's huge rules around this.
yeah, I
Massive.
understand your point. Like you're in a way, you're right. Like people use this thing to launder money like crazy, but in the same sense, like people have used Bitcoin to launder money as well, and exchanges and a bunch of other things. That's kind of the way I see it, I guess. And then the guy wrote a code that was used and abused. That's for sure. And now he's gonna. Does he get to pay the price for that? I don't know. I don't know where. You know, I don't know. I don't.
I just think the US will convict or will continue to try and convict this thing. So if you are a coder who's doing this, I think they're going to continue. Yeah, I think this is remarkably the only thing that has stuck. Like, pay attention to that. They're going to embrace crypto, they're going to embrace stable coins, but they're not going to. They're still going to come down on like money laundering. It feels like they want control of the dollars on the stable, like on the blockchain.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think it's probably going to be guilty, and then I could see an appeal, perhaps going through.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of the chatter, like regarding comparing it to Silk Road founder, talking about using real life examples. I'm reading some of the chat. I get the laundering part, which is why USA may just go hard at it because of the laundering part, you know.
To be clear, I'm someone who has not also been like hugely supportive of Ross. Like, I didn't think it was like clear cut that the guy should have got out. Like, oh my god, this guy's like the whiter than white. Like, the shit that was going on that platform was wild. So you can't argue that, like, yeah, maybe there was some responsibility.
I have to say, I do wish I was the type of guy that was dealing acid on Silk Road 10 years ago, because I'd probably be richer today.
Acid's fine, but if it's like if it's weapons and child pornography, like, yeah, maybe somebody should have taken responsibility for this.
Ass is fine. Ass is fine, y'all. Ass is fine, y'all. But the rest of that shit definitely is not. Yeah, no, I get it. I see your points. I'm curious what the audience thinks. Maybe we should get a lawyer on tomorrow. You know, maybe we should get a lawyer on the show tomorrow.
You can never get a straight answer from a lawyer. We always get lawyers on here.
I know. Yeah, we paid a lot of lawyers. These motherfuckers can't give you a straight answer for shit. Okay, I read up. We have several of them we're working with right now on a bunch of shit. So, anyways, that is definitely a case to follow, though, and we do have a myriad market for it on Abstract. Just saying. So if you're interested, if you have an opinion. If you have an opinion on this, we have a market on that. And let's see what the markets are saying. Will Roman Storm be found guilty? The yes is at 55% and the no is at 45% at the moment on Myriad. So what do you guys think? What do you take here? Yes or no? You guys kind of leaning yes here, I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because of money, the US doesn't fuck around with money laundering, but I'm gonna lean towards no. How do you compare this
they
to
aren't going
like,
to get CBDC, but they're going to make it feels as though the US is happy to embrace crypto if it comes with some of the same rules for banking. Basically,
let me ask you something. The head of the HSBC, which is constantly getting fined for money laundering, by the way, HSBC Bank, right? Constantly. He's not in prison. He's on a private jet right now going to St. Bart's for what it's worth, or having fun in Saint-Tropez this summer.
you bring up a very good point. You actually bring up a very, very good point.
I went to law school.
But they have changed it so that for cases like this, top executives can be criminally prosecuted. That being said, banks have billions of dollars that they have used in terms of settlement for this.
Yeah.
So
like the HSBC is constantly getting fined for money laundering.
All the banks are, right? It's like, this is what I did. I was an anti-money laundering consultant for 5 years.
Yeah.
But I think back to Rando's original point, like, that's not, the banks weren't created with the use case of being a money laundering platform, right? Like, that has been one of the ways that people have found ways to use banks, but I don't think anyone would say banks are bad inherently because money launderers use them. It's
I
a
think he's
little
going to make
Tornado
if
Cash.
when is Tornado Cash used when it's not for this? Let's put it that way. And I think that's kind of gives you the answer that like it's holistically used for this. So that's a bit of a worry for this guy.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see where that leans. I'm honestly just towards like, because it's a jury and a court and it has to be 100% to one, right? It's like everybody's got to agree. I'm leaning no for that reasons. Like the whole money laundering, they don't understand what's perfectly immutable smart contracts means, these juries and stuff. Like if the guy has a good lawyer, which I'm sure the lawyer's great, I'm leaning towards a no here. And so we'll see. Anyways, I do have 5 more minutes. I have a hard stop. I have an interview to make. Is there anything, Tyler, I missed out? If not, we give it to tomorrow and give some money away.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right. YEET boards, baby. The code today was ETH10. We mistakenly gave you the same code as yesterday, but hey, if you had it, you had it. So a lot of y'all got it. And so ETH10. Let's see what you got. We may do, depends how fast we are. We may do a little risky click. If not, we'll do a little Plinko for you guys today. So let's send it. Today it's you, right? Sim's doing this stuff with us. By the way, next week, our beloved producer, Timothy Chalamet, will not be here. But it's fine. We're still being produced. But when it comes to the giveaways, we're going to not do the spinning wheel, but we're going to find something fun. We're thinking, Mando, we're talking about Tyler doing something for the subscribers. Well, I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But, we're thinking of picking in a different way next week for the show. All right. So it won't be spin, but we will create a new way of picking. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on, Christos World Domination. Give it to Christos. Yui! Yeah, Yui. All right. Yeah, LJ. Who's Yui? No, it's BBO Pack Im. What the fuck? Yui or BBO Pack? What? BBO Pack him? Is that his kid?
There he is.
There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. All right. Congratulations, BBO Pack him. Do you guys mind if we rip some Plinko today? It's because your boys gotta go.
Yeah, it's something fast.
Yeah. I'm getting on. I'm doing an interview for national television, boys. Yeah, in Quebec.
They really missed you being there, right?
I'm still there.
I'm still there. You're gonna tell it like that? Don't think anyone's worn a shit like that in Montreal
I'm
ever.
not putting up like this. I'm putting it up. Okay. I'm putting a shirt on. All right. What should we do? 10 balls or 50? What do you want to do? Like the last couple ones haven't worked so well, man. What do we do? 10 balls or 50?
Yeah,
1050. Yeah.
Or do we 1 ball 500?
Okay.
1 ball 500. I always love. They've already got 500 in the bank.
1 ball 500.
All right, we're doing this. Oh wait, there's a maximum, Mando.
Oh yeah, maybe 250s.
All right, let's do this. Let's do 250s because he already made $500. And by the way, even if he gets 0.2x, he wins more money. So he's gonna make more than $500 anyways.
That's right.
Yeah, so he's probably gonna make like 600 minimum or something. All right, Yui, PP Kim, whatever your BBO Pack him. He's like, geez. There you go. This guy's like, fuck. All right, 2 balls are 250, volatility high. Drop speed will go medium. Here, we'll make it fun. Row 16, 2 balls, 250. Let's go. All right, give it to him.
All right.
Okay.
Oh no, these both don't look good so far.
Yes.
Oh no.
That was bad. That was real bad. Real bad.
0.2x. What's 0.2x 500? That's 100.
Yeah.
100. So it was worth 600.
Okay, so he's doing $600. So there you go. Congratulations, BB Pack, for making $600. Tomorrow's Farcoin Friday. Please, for the love of God, if you're listening to me, if you can just reverse here, it would be great. And with that, we'll talk tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.